Hey everyone, Chris here of CP Whiskey Creek in nscale, and I haven't put out too many videos lately. I've been a little busy, as you can tell over back here. I still have my layout Christmas tree up. I haven't even taken that thing down, but I have been busy doing lots of other things, and in the meantime I wanted to share some really cool highlights of the model railroading community. And yeah, so before I even say anything else, let's get right into it. So first off, we're over here on my son's layout that we've been working on. Getting lots of progress done on that, and I mean, what little free time I've had, I've been kind of dedicating to helping him get going and get the track work down and get all that, all the switching and siding sorted out, so then he can have something that can be functional and he can test out the track runs and make sure everything's running the way that he wants it. Through all that, then I found that some of the switches that we had were not, well, they're just junk. I mean, there's there's no good way to actually put it. They're flat out junk. Sometimes I get a lot of used stuff, and sometimes you get what you pay for. So I was chatting with Denny from nscale Dystopia, and chatting with him about one of the train shows that in our local area, whether or not either one of us was going. And I'd mentioned to him that I was going there just for the sole purpose of getting more switches for my son, because some of the ones that we have here are not going to work. They're not suitable. They're just not functional at all. So we're going to go there and try to get some more switches, new, used, whatever, just try to find some new ones. So he says, well, hey, I have some that I'm not using and you're welcome to. So we figured out a good time, and I dropped by his place, and he ends up gifting my son all these really nice, I mean, they are used, and some of them, he did flat out say, hey, some of them need a little bit of tender love, which that's perfectly fine. But these are still, majority of them are Pico switches, which was kind of cool too. And so he says, here, I'm not using these, and I'd rather see them go to, I think the part of the story was that he got them from another model railroader that said, pass them along if you don't need whatever you don't need. So so that really blew my mind, and was a great addition that we're starting to now change out some of these switches throughout here. So then they're upgraded from some of the try to get some of these cruddy Atlas ones that are falling apart and they don't even stay open, and try to get ones that actually work, and then he can work his yards and sort of get into that sort of side of operations for his layout. And then next up, I ended up going over to James from Dundas Junction Model Railroad, and he had messaged me at one point and said, hey, I have something here for you, pop on by when you can. And through a series of events and me working a lot of overtime, which again is affecting my my train time and other things, so it took a little while for me to be able to find some time that I could pop down there. But I get down there, and James has for me one of these Ukraine relief cars. So when these first came out, once again, I hesitated, I didn't get it. And of course, Atlas sells out of them. When I was down, 2 years ago, down at the Springfield show, I saw one, only one. I saw one at one of the vendors, and I sort of hesitated, and I thought, I do want to get one, but I was looking for other things, so I sort of ran around to some of the other vendors, and by the time I made it back, of course, it was gone. So long story short, I never ended up getting one of these cars, and I don't even think I even mentioned that story to James or anything like that, but he was at George's Trains in Toronto and saw that there and picked this up for me. So that was kind of cool. And then on top of that, then Point St. Charles caboose. So even though I'm primarily a CP modeler, hence the name, CP Whiskey Creek, but it's hard to ignore the fact that where I live, there's a lot of CN that runs around. I see, the big giant noodle kind of everywhere I go. So I keep seeing the new run of these popping up, and of course I keep humming and hawing, like, do I want to get one and not get one? And then James says, hey, I have this one. I don't need it anymore. It needs a little bit of work, which, I mean, that's fine. I'm not actually sure what that's called, but basically the support at the end. I'm not into my, apparently I don't know my caboose anatomy, but you know, one of these pieces needs to get fixed up. But this is one of Prairie Shadow's early runs, and they had done this through Rapido. Now, I think Prairie Shadows just released or is about to release a new run of these, which is, I think, their own tooling. But this is the original run of the Point St. Charles caboose. So he says here, especially since he's a HO, you'll probably find better use of this. So yeah, so I want to get this fixed up and get that on the layout. And yeah. So there you have it. Nice little additions to the rolling stock fleet, as well as certainly the excellent additions of the extra turnouts to be able to help get my son going on his layout. So, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the video, just wanted to highlight some of the cool people that you meet through the online community of model railroading. It's kind of ironic when you think back only a few years ago, where they tell you, hey, don't meet strangers on the internet and things like that. And then meanwhile, you come across meeting some very good friends and kind-hearted people that help you out, help you get going on things that you're working on, and help you get through some of the projects that you're working on in your own layout. So it is a very cool community that we have here, and very thankful for the people that I know through the interwebs, and whether it be on the online forums or YouTube and Instagram and all the other channels that I have my layout on. So so definitely thank you to James and Denny, and much appreciated. I'll put links to both of their channels. If you're not following them, I don't know why you're not, but if you're not following them, then you definitely should go check them out. So I'll put those into the description of this video, so make sure you go drop by them. Denny's also part of the Third Rail Thursdays, so he goes live every Thursday as part of, and I mean, all these people are all also Canadians, so I mean, that's probably why they're wonderful people. So, but Denny's live on first Thursday of every month on the nscale dystopia as part of Third Rail Thursday with Chris from Go Via Go Home and Mark from M&M Rails. And then James is also part of the Off the Tracks crew on Mondays with him and Trackside Mike. So lots of great people out there to watch and be part of, and so yeah, definitely go check them out and all their supporting cast on their live streams and everything. So thank you to you both, and it's very, very much appreciated, and I am very thankful for my friendships with them, and you know, all of you out there as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good one.